Breaking news, everybody. That's it. Donald J. Trump announces American oil companies.
In 100 meters, turn right onto Maplewood Road.
$100 billion investment in a $58 billion problem for Venezuela's crude after the aftermath.
Turn right onto
Maduro.
Maplewood Road, then turn left to stay on Maplewood Road.
They've crushed us. They've crushed
Turn
Alberta.
left to stay on Maplewood Road.
I should have turned that on after. They've crushed us in Canada. Oil sands are going to be done within 3 years.
Continue for 6 kilometers.
That $100 billion investment is going to literally way overproduce Alberta's oil sands. $58 billion is all it took to bring them up to snuff with Alberta. They're doubling
In 300
down
meters, keep left.
doubling down. In 3 years' time at those production levels out of Venezuela, that will be the end of the need for Alberta crude. And more than that, it's going to be 8 times cheaper than Alberta. And they'll
Keep
have it
left.
secured, as you've seen. More than that is NATO. As I told you, Canada, Denmark. Trump releases his NATO speech.
In 500
Truth
meters,
Social.
sharp right.
Can't believe this thing is never this loud. Now it's like bellowing out. But folks, yeah, NATO. Donald Trump says, we'll protect you, but a lot of you owe us a lot of money. And I can assure you, Denmark and Canada are number one on the list of cheaters. There's Spain there too, but really, Denmark and Canada take the cake, as I've proved in documentation, in accounting records of the NATO audit.
Sharp right.
2014 to 2022. And then prior to that, everything up from 1949 as founding
Continue
members.
for 1.5 kilometers.
Canada, Denmark are founding members. They cheated starting in 1960 up to 2014. They cheated greatly, America. There was a 4% before that time, and then there was the 2% demand in 2014. And what did Denmark and Canada do? Cut it in half again. It didn't matter with the Crown whether it was Liberal, Conservative, Labour, NDP, call it what you want. Canada, we have Bloc. Didn't matter what party it was. They all were for that. Cheating, embezzling money from American funds to fund their own domestic abuses. Really, abuses. It's so bad. We're going to see territorial losses for Denmark and Canada. Military might, and may even be military might. And like I said, what sanctions and trade embargoes with UNSCP 5 members do over a time period are pale in comparison to when the day comes when a UNSC or all together
In 500
will
meters,
individually
turn left onto
announce
Central Services
military
Road.
intervention. And that's what's going to happen here, folks. I can see the writing on the wall with all your lunatic first ministers. The loudest being the Conservatives, who really talk way out of left field. And Liberals are too, under Mark Carney.
Turn
They
left onto
totally
Central
believe
Services
it.
Road.
But it really gets me the amount of first ministers, premiers, conservatives, so they say, announcing all of these
Continue on
massive,
Central Services Road for 1.5 kilometers.
these massive transitions to China. They want it. Scott Moe completely flip-flopped, doesn't care about nuclear, the massive mining deal with the United States, worth over $8.5 billion. He would sacrifice all that in the name of the Crown. And folks, just so you know, sure, agriculture's a big part of Saskatchewan. In Canada, it's the biggest part of an economy in Canada. But remember, for Saskatchewan, mining is massive. And those losses don't make any sense. That's not a conservative move. That's a communist move, folks. That is a Crown evil move. of a divine dictator who believes in their crown, their right to be superior, even to Americans. And I can promise you, like what happened to South Africa and their apartheid regime and many others throughout the world, they're going down, and they want to take all of us with them. Beat the slaves, whip the slaves till the flesh is off their bones. I'm not kidding. And it's serious, it's ugly, it's horrible. And the next winter, this next winter, it may even be before that, but I'm pretty sure with the fall of USMCA, that's going to be the writing on the wall. We're all going to have to get embraced and ready for a rough next Christmas for a whole lot of Canadians. And we're all going to go through it. We're all going to feel those effects in our family, our friends, our loved ones. And this is your evil crown lying with their propaganda media, way worse than any current communist
In 300
regime
meters, turn right onto
besides
Thai Road.
maybe North Korea. It's not bad. Folks, that's my video. It's truth. It's deadly accurate. I can't make it up. Everything I told you in relation to Canada and Denmark is pretty much there in Trump's little Truth
Turn right onto Thai Road.
Social post. And now on YouTube, which I just shared, his speech live for everybody for the end of Alberta oil sands. So it won't be the Alberta Independence
Continue for
Party.
7 kilometers.
It's going to be the Alberta Dependence Party, dependent on the federal crown. This united whip the slaves until the flesh comes off their bones. You will watch them all flip. And it's so sad. It's epically horrible. But I knew it was coming. I hate to say I told you so. I really should have tagged Benjamin Ebley, Jonathan Bahai, because it's huge. Really sad state of affairs. How many believe in the crown's bullshit? It's terrifying, everybody. And I guess we need to see pain. I tried telling every Albertan, you're not special. Danielle Smith has no relationship with Donald J. Trump or anyone in the Trump administration. I know this for a fact. Little old me has 2 people close in that administration. I'm very blessed. That comes from doing hard work, staying the course, and being nothing but honest, truthful, and credible and real. And I'm proud of the work I've done and everything I've taught people in Canada, whether it's been well received or not. I'm glad of the following we're growing. It's going to take a lot of time and energy, but we'll see next winter.